Okay, in the first video, I made on showcase pages, which are the new Ballen real estate website, the new BREW featured property page templates, basically, that give the ability to build the grid of houses and information about a particular neighborhood or homes by price, homes by feature, that type of thing. On the first video, I did basically a walkthrough of what the pages were and how they worked and how the link boxes work. And now I'm going to show you how to drill down, go a little bit further and make your community pages a little bit richer for the consumer and for the search engine. So I'm going to show you what the content blocks are and how to use them. And please do keep in mind that as we move along, your brew will have more features rolled out, and these showcase pages will probably get even better and better as we go along. But I'm really excited to offer you what we have today. So let's go ahead over to our brew. And what we're going to do now is we're going to click New Showcase. Okay, so let's do one for real. What I haven't done yet is I've started building out my Summerlin page. Summerlin is my master plan community here in Las Vegas, so it's under communities. And now I need to start building out some of the neighborhoods within. Actually, interesting, I need to build neighborhoods under neighborhoods and then subdivisions under neighborhoods, but I'm not going to get that complicated. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and build out all of the villages that are in Summerlin. So Summerlin has 40,000 homes, and inside these homes are well over a dozen villages, and then inside each village there are subdivisions. So I need to go ahead and start building all of that out. Right now, all I've started is my homes for sale by price. So this is a good opportunity for me to go ahead and show you how this would work, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do the vistas. The vistas homes for sale, okay? So the Vistas has, I believe, about 4,000 homes. Part of Summerlin, which is a master plan community. Master plan community is part of the city of Las Vegas. So that's kind of the hierarchy. Las Vegas, then Summerlin, then the Vistas, and then we have little pocket neighborhoods inside the Vistas. Okay, so I have 4 levels there. So I'm going to do the Vistas homes for sale. Now over here on the right hand side, I need to choose what category I want that to show up in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have this show up as a neighborhood because it's inside a community, which is inside a city. So I'm going to put it inside a neighborhood. Remember, this is changeable. If you mess this up or you like another category better later, that's okay. This is just where your link box, which link box it's going to show up in. And so it's okay if you change that later. Next, I need to choose the parent page, and I'm going to choose Summerlin. Already built the community page. Now I need the neighborhood inside the community. And if you don't have a community, you just are going to go, these are going to be your neighborhoods or your communities, however you want to call them. Okay. And I need to give this a slug. Remember, that's the website web page address. And I'm going to call this the Vistas. And now when I hit tab, it automatically pulls up the link box. So that'll be the title. And does that make sense? I want to ask myself, okay, if I'm looking at a link box, it has all of the neighborhoods inside Summerlin, calling it the Vistas, that makes sense. Yes, that is what it's called. That makes sense, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this out like I would build out one of my advanced community pages. So the first thing I want to see is a table of contents. So I'm going to go ahead and go to add content block. And I'm going to include a table of contents because I'm going to build lots of a little content blocks. So it's a good idea if I'm going to build, 4 or more content blocks, probably to have a table of contents. It's a better user experience. Plus, it gives more opportunity for me to earn in those rich snippets, those on Google, the little site links that you add on. So there's lots of reasons why I would use a table of contents on a really nice community page like this one. So it's not just property pages. This one's a nice community page. So there's my table of contents. I've already added it. And here you can see it says place the block where you want your table of contents to appear. Now what's going to happen is after I build several content blocks, we're going to be able to drag and drop these around however we want them. So that's why it's saying that, okay? Now I don't have to do anything else. This is going to automatically create a table of contents off of my H2 tags, okay? Which you'll see here in a second. So now we go to add a content block. So after I add a table of contents, for me, I want to have a little intro now. Okay, about the Vistas Village, something like that. About the Vistas. Okay, I just remembered H2 tags. I really prefer the first few to be shorter, because when Google pulls these site links, remember we were looking at them in the last video here. These are site links right here. These are your site links or site extensions. See how we earned in this position, we're not buying in, and Google rewarded us. We're in the second position. And Google rewarded us by giving us these little site links, these little extensions here. And these are actual links to homes for sale in 89139 and so forth. These are earned in by having a top ranking page like I do here in the top 3. And then also having that table of contents for them to pull from. So shorter is better because more will fit in there. So in this, unless you only want a couple to show up. So in my case, I'm going to put, let me go back here, about the Vistas. Okay. Now I need to put in some content. Now for me, I already have a page built. Excuse me. We're going to go grab some content from it. Just because I don't want to rewrite everything right now. So what I'm going to do is oh shoot. Hold on, I got to go another way. Let me go this way. I'm going to go into the back end and grab it. What happens is I will create a new page for the Vistas, and then I'm going to redirect the old page to the new page. And that way, over time, the new page will gain the ranking, and then I can get rid of the old page, okay? So let's see. I'm going to find the Vistas here. Here, I can do it this way. This will be faster. I'm going to go into the page inside the Vistas, and then I'm going to choose the main. And this is why I like my new tables better. It does not work that way. I'm just talking out loud. Ignore me for a second. I think the Vistas, I got to go all the way to page 5. All right, there she is, the Vistas. Let me edit that page so I can get the content out of it. Okay, when I'm building let me preview changes so we can see this. When I'm building a complex page like this, I want to always consider the user experience. And I want to avoid putting too much text on the top of the page before they scroll, so that they, especially on mobile, they're not just looking at this big page of text. So what I'll usually do is put a little bit of text and then like a video and then IDX widgets and then more text, that type of thing. Okay. So this one doesn't actually have too much about the Vistas. So I'm going to take this little top part here. What is the Vistas? I'll just take this here, and I'm going to put it in this top section. So in the visual editor, I'm going to put the Vistas is a village in Summerlin, Las Vegas, in the zip code 89138. The Vistas encompasses over 815 acres of both single-family and multifamily communities, neighborhoods. It is actually the first village developed in the western region of Summerlin. Now, what I also can do here is I can say, okay, I want to make sure that this links back to Summerlin, Las Vegas. I'm creating my, internal links, which are good for SEO. So I'm going to click on attach, and I'm going to send this to my showcase page about Summerlin, which is right here. See how it says showcase? That's how I can identify this is my new showcase page. So I'm going to send that to Summerlin. Okay. Now, let's just say that's all I'm going to put here, because now they're already going to have the table of contents. They're going to have this intro. Actually, I'm going to put see, here's where drag and drop works. I actually want the table of contents to go under that little snippet of text. And I want that because I know it's a good user experience. And the pricing table is going to be right on top. And so this will look actually a little bit better aesthetically to have a little break between the two tables. So I'm going to actually just drag this. Watch. Table of contents. I want that below. So now the general content's on top and the table of contents is below. Now I'm going to add a grid of homes for sale in the Vistas. Okay. So I'm going to add a content block, and I'm going to add IDX Showcase Widget. There it is. Okay, I'm going to go over to my IDX, and I'm going to find my widget for the vistas that I've already built. And you can use slideshows, and you can use carousels. I'm just sticking with the simple showcases for today, okay? So the vistas, I have so many options, don't I? Here we go. Let me see. I think this is the right one. 3 columns. Yep, I prefer 3 columns. Okay, we're going to take this one. I'm going to snag the code, and I'm going to go put it in right here at the showcase. Now, what's important is that I don't forget that H2 title, that heading text, because if I forget that, then this won't go in the table of contents. So I'm going to say shop all homes in the vistas. Actually, if I want to keep that shorter, I'm going to do the vistas listings. Okay, so there's a couple ways to go about this. I could go longer, trying to get more of those long tail keyword phrases in there, but I'm thinking about those site links, those site extensions. So in this particular case, I'm going to leave the regular content up to telling Google what the page is about, and I'm going to have the H2 tag be shorter so that I get an ideal site link extension in there. So I'm going to do the vistas listings, okay? Now you can close these little tabs with these little arrows, close the content boxes so that they're not in the way if you want. Okay, now, so we've got our table of content, we got a little description, we have a table of content, and we have a showcase widget. Now let's add some more. Add content block. Now we can add another general content block and talk more about the vistas if we want to. And I know exactly how I'm going to go with this. For me, I will probably go ahead and add a list of all the neighborhoods that are in the vistas, and I will describe them and talk about them a little bit, okay? In fact, let me go ahead and grab that. So let's go over to, let's add another general content block, and I'm going to call this the vistas neighborhoods. And now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to grab all the information I wrote about neighborhoods inside the vistas. Oh, I do have a bunch of information there. This works great. I'm going to take this. And remember, this is my content. I created it. I'm just moving it over. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over to here. And I'm going to paste it in the visual editor. Okay. Now, because my links aren't going to be correct, because I'm rebuilding all my showcase pages, I'm going to remove all of the links at one time by simply connecting all, clicking on this little remove link, and I'll come back in and put more internal links back in here after. But right now, I just don't want them to be, I don't want them to be links yet because I want to rebuild those showcase pages. Okay, so I've got a little description about each community. That's great. I like that. I'm going to leave that in there. Now, next, if I wanted to, guys, I could break these all up individually. This could be an H2. This could be an H2. Gosh, now that I'm thinking about it, that might actually be a good idea. So then they're all in the table of contents. But for now, I'm gonna go with simpler, and then I may come back and make it a little bit more complex. Okay. So there's that. We have our table heading tag. Now let's add schools. Add content block. We're going to add a 3 column. I'm going to put in elementary schools, I'm going to put in middle schools, and I'm going to put in high schools. So I'm going to put the vistas schools. Now let me see if I already did that. Okay, if I didn't, all I have to do, I'll show you my way of doing it. I'm going to click on one of these properties that I know are in the vistas, and I know that we have only one elementary and middle school and high school for the vistas, okay? And they're listed right here in the IDX properties. See here? So we have Linda Givens, we have Sig Rogich, and we have Palo Verde High School. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to do Linda Rankin Givens Elementary School. Linda Rankins Given Elementary School. Now, I go over to Google, and I'm going to find the information about that school. Okay, and so I'll put the address and phone number. And oh, okay, I've got to talk to the team about this. I think I want the ability to make this an H3 tag. I think I want the ability to title each, yes, I do. I want each one of these columns to have the ability to add an H3 tag, because it would be like a table of contents. You know, the top level is the vistas, and then H2 is schools, and then H3 would be the actual name of the schools, or elementary, middle school, and high school. So, oh gosh, maybe even an H3 and an H4. Okay, I'm going to talk to the team about that. But for now, let's just go ahead and leave it there. I can make that an H3 tag by simply putting this little bracket H3 around it. That's my little workaround before I roll out the update on this, okay? And so there it is on the visual tag. See how it made it bigger and bolder like that, okay? And so that I'm not copying directly, I'm going to get rid of their links, Google's links here, and I'll just put location, and I'll put phone number. Just make sure if you ever do copy and paste from Google, make it your own words and get rid of links, any links that are in there, okay? And then the next one, and if you want to link to the school, that's up to you. Or you want to link just back to your school districts, that's up to you. Outbound links do have some positive SEO signals. You know, when you link out to another website, you are flowing out some of your page rank, but it also sends a positive signal to Google that you care about the user and their experience, and you're giving them more resources. I will often go ahead and put a link to that school as well. And let me grab that, and it is here. Okay, something like that. I'll have to look and see how clean that looks. I can't tell in this view. Okay. Oh, another thing that's coming on the next rollout is the ability to preview this page. Right now, we only have the ability to publish it. I've asked my developers to give me an ability to click preview so you can see your work and what you've done before you publish it. Okay. So second, we need the middle school. So I will go back here and I will look at, where's the one I already opened? There she is. Sig Rogic. So the next one is Sig Rogic, and I was just looking to see if it had the ability to add the heading tag. It doesn't. Okay, Sig Rogic. Let's go ahead and get the address to that one. Okay, same thing here. Remove those links. And I'm going to put phone number. Okay, and I'll put a little space between those. And then the website is and I want Sig Rogic to be at H3 tag, so I'm going to do this. Check that out. They should be pretty close in line. Yep, those look aligned to me. And then we'll do a third one, and we're going to do Palo Verde High School. So we're going to do Palo Verde High School. We're going to grab the location. I have some more design elements coming with this 3-column school widget too. But for now, I just want you to do it this way. And then when the new features roll out, you can bring that into your new designs if you want. Okay, so Palo Verde High School, we have the address, we have the phone. And we need the website. Let me add my H3 tag. Okay, and we want the Palo Verde website. Okay. So you can see how that looks. And we can put pictures. You can add media, you can add video, you can add other short codes, but let's just go ahead and do that for now. And then I want to add a map to where the Vistas is. Okay, so let me shrink that box down. Let's go to add content block, embed code. So here I can embed video, I can embed maps. So I'm going to put where is the Vistas? I'll phrase this one like a question. And we're going to go over here and I'm going to grab the Vistas. And let me see if there is a good map of it. Yes, there is right there. Google Maps. Where to go? Hold on. That one is the Vistas Park. Okay, if there isn't already a map I want to use, I can go into google.com/mymaps and actually make my own. And I think I have one already. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this one just so that we don't have, just so that I don't have to stop and pause and make one right now. So let's just take this one, the Vistas Park. All you have to do is you go to share, then click embed, and then you take this and you put it on your page here, embed code. Include in the table of contents, yes or no. I'm going to say yes, and I'm done, and I'm done with that. Okay. Now, one thing I want to let you know is by default, Google Maps puts maps in here at a certain size. This one is 600 by 450. My developers are working on setting this at a set height for all embed codes, but for right now, I changed that to 1,000 so that it's the same width of the page, and I think it looks better. Okay, so that's just a side note until it's there by default. And then featured showcase. Okay, so everything else is done. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, make sure you add your image. Set showcase image, and I already have one for the Vistas. And I'll put that one in there. Okay, now one of the cool things too is that your sub pages, your child pages will now also inherit that showcase image. You can change each one manually, but by default it will pull those in, which is actually really good for your schema to have a proper image set, especially if you're using a plugin like I do, one of the WPSSO or something like that. It will tell you that you have errors on your page if you don't have an image or an image the right size. So I chose to have the parent page image show up on the default pages if there isn't already a showcase image set. So you have complete control. Again, I made it simple, yet you have the advanced option to change all those out and do them individually. Okay, now this is the tricky part, yet this is amazing. Actually, let me go ahead and publish this, and then I'm going to come back and show you the tricky part and why it's here. So if I were to publish this as is, let's go ahead and hit publish so that I can show you what it looks like. Okay, by default, it chooses a table up here that matches the parent page. Okay, so this is in the Vistas and it's in the Summerlin. Now here's what will happen. As I build more villages, the Vistas, the hills, the trails, Red Rock, Sun City, they will all start showing up here. Now you might say to yourself, yes, that is the proper table. If somebody were looking at the Vistas, I would want them to have the ability to look at more neighborhoods, okay? That is the standard easy version. Without you doing anything, this will happen dynamically. But there is an advanced version for people like me that want to have more control over this. So what we have here is we've given us the ability down here below to use advanced showcase options. Now we can say up top where you see that pricing table, that showcase, the link box, right? I want that to have other options. So I could say instead of, the first option is instead of. Instead of the neighborhood showing up top, I just want to have a pricing structure for Summerlin. You know, all of the homes for sale by price in Summerlin. I think somebody looking at the Vistas neighborhood would be more likely to click on homes for sale by price in Summerlin than on another neighborhood inside Summerlin specifically. And so I instead am going to say I want to add another category box, another link box. So I'm going to click add, and under category, I'm going to choose price. And then I need to say which page of prices do I want? Do I want Las Vegas prices? Do I want Summerlin prices? Now in my case, I just said I want Summerlin. So I'm going to choose advanced. And then I'm going to title it, and I'm going to say shop all Summerlin homes by price. And I'll show you where that title shows up. And now the base page I'm going to choose is Summerlin. Let me choose the parent page. See where it says parent, Summerlin. And I'm going to hit add category box. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm not going to click that. I'm just going to, it's done. It's already in there. I don't have to do anything. But I do have to update the page, and then I'm going to show you the page, and then I'm going to show you another advanced option. So let's go ahead and look at it now. Remember before, pricing table default, that by default it had all of the parent page, child pages here. So all of the neighborhoods. So if I reload this now, it's going to show you what we just put in. Okay, so now instead, it's got all of the Summerlin prices. Okay, so I had control over that. By default, the easy way, it showed all the neighborhoods. That's okay. But if that's not what I really think is best for that page, I have the ability to go control it and change it. So you have no need to change it unless you feel there is a reason to. Or you studied your heat maps and you can see nobody's clicking on the parent page. You might want a different category link box up top. Okay, so now guess what you can do? You can add tabs right here and give them more options. And on a mobile, it's actually a drop-down menu, which is perfect. So if we go over here to Edit Showcase again, watch this. We can now add another option for them. Add category box. Now I'm going to put all the Summerlin neighborhoods in there for them. So I'm going to go to choose neighborhood, show advanced options, yes. Browse by shop the Vistas neighborhoods, or just the Vistas neighborhoods probably sounds good there. And I'm going to do base page, the Vistas. Now I've only built out one page, so it's only going to show one option. But let's go ahead and update the page. And now there's another tab here. So now they can shop all homes by price, and they can choose the Vistas. Let's go ahead and put one more in there and assume they might want to shop Las Vegas, not just Summerlin. So I could go down here and add another category box, and I can choose now, I'm going to choose the city page. That's the next higher up, city page. Actually, I want to do price, the city price. So I'm going to do price, and then I'm going to choose which page I want to be prices, to show the prices, and I'm going to do Las Vegas, parent page. The biggest learning curve I had, and I created all the concepts, and my developers created how it works, right? And the hardest part I had here, oh, I didn't title it, hold on. Shop all Las Vegas homes by price. This was the hardest piece for me, was figuring out how these category link boxes work. But once I got it, I was over the moon with how advanced this option is and how great it is for the user experience and for the search engines. So base page now is Las Vegas. I'm also working on having them create a better list option here rather than a search, because if we build too many pages, it gets a little more challenging with the search to find that parent page. Come back. This is because I'm overusing all my resources right now. Hold on, let's do this. Let's do there. Okay, there we go. This is actually better. Green Valley. Come on, Vegas. By the time this rolls all the way out, we'll have a better search. I'm not going to have them search all pages. We'll have a list here. Okay, Las Vegas. And then we're going to go ahead and hit update. And we'll look at our page here. Remember, that's an advanced feature anyway. Most of you guys will not even use that. But for those of you that are like me, and there's a few of you right now, some of you that I'm certifying now as Ballen method trainers will use this. I know you will, because I see how you build. You build like me. Okay, so we have the Vistas neighborhoods, and we have shop all homes by price. Now, if we shrink this down to what it looks like on mobile, and ignore my video in the background, see how they now became drop downs? So it's much cleaner. It's a much better user experience. So on the desktop view right now, we have it as an expanded tables, and on mobile, those are shrunk down. Okay, so let's take a look at what we created. So there's our tables or link box. There's our little mini description we put in about the area. Here's our table of contents. These are what we're hoping Google picks up as our site extensions. And if they click on any of these, it shoots them down the page to that specific category. So if they're really specifically looking for the Vistas neighborhoods, this will shoot them down under there. Then we have our 15 listings and a view more section. Oh, I need to edit that because that one doesn't have the 15 plus the view more. If it's an old widget, I need to update the widget. I like them to be active only. When they're in little neighborhoods, like the little subdivisions, I'll show all, contingent and active, in case they're looking up a particular address. But if you're going to have like 100 homes show on a page, then I'm going to move them only to active listings, and not the ones that are under contract. So then here's my information about the neighborhoods. Remember, we put that in there. And then we have our schools. Remember, this is our 3 columns for schools. I have some new design elements coming for these schools, so stay tuned on those. That's going to give them little borders, a little more definition, and this one's going to have elementary school. It's a little picture of like crayons. This one's going to have a little backpack and the school bus or something. So that's coming. And then where is the vistas? There's the map. So I have created a fantastic community page here. And remember, I can still go back and add more. I can add video, do all kinds of things. But the format is here now to do it in a nice, clean way, in a Google-friendly way that provides a quality user experience. So that's your advanced showcase page for today.